Yeah, we have the duck. We got it all.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, this happened this morning. Good morning, Todd and Erin, morning stream on GetPartDaily.com. You see before you a pile of different things. The entire morning has been, we don't even know what we're doing for the show. Because the entire morning was...
Well, no, we had death. We had death in the studio. Our news director, Patrick, is deathly allergic to wasps.
Like he could die.
Like he's going to swell up and like a tick, and it's over, man.
So the rest of the staff...
Although I did research how to do a tracheotomy with a little fountain pen and a knife, and Daisy had the knife, so I was practicing.
Daisy's armed.
I know.
So anyway, it starts this morning, okay? So everybody went and they got their weapons. And seriously, everyone's running around. Okay, so first of all, the pirate hat was used. That didn't work. And then we had, someone grabbed a duck.
Well, it's not like it's a live duck. It's not like we were going to hurt the duck.
That didn't work. Then, of course, magazines were thrown because the ceilings here are about 16 feet.
Yeah.
That didn't work. Then, of course, the Coke box was...
It makes a satisfying sound when you whack it, but unfortunately, it did not crush.
They didn't even get close to it.
No, nothing.
And then finally...
Oh, and what about this thing?
Oh,
I
yeah,
can still
this stuff.
taste that in my mouth.
N-Dust. It's electronic multi-use duster. I'm going to not spray it in here because they can still taste it out there. So that didn't work. And then, finally, Steve had some success. And I will, let me show you what we did here. Because this is surprising, and this is a new method that I don't think a lot of people might consider. So if I hold that right there, you will see the dead wasp. It's more like a yellow jacket, actually, guys. But the way they killed it, of course, the new method of choice is with a can of sardines.
You have to admit, Steve, our photographer, had a deadly aim.
Wow.
A deadly aim.
I had no idea. Sardines. Steve, you're amazing.
Well, here's where
you should get a raise.
Here's where it gets twisted, because you know teeny tiny Daisy. She's like the sweetest little angel
ever.
Oh,
right.
And she goes, "Are you going to torture it? Let's cut it. I've got a knife." And I'm like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
She wouldn't stop. She was
I know. She was all excited. She whipped out the knife.
She grabbed a can opener and was going to go after it with that.
I had no idea she was that bloodthirsty.
She's dark.
I know, right? She
seems
like, so
let's
sweet.
Pull its wings off.
No, you have to do it in a British accent.
Oh, let's pull his wings off. I don't
That's
think
a little
English.
Cockney. She's not like that at all. No.
Hello, sir. I want more. Yeah, she just wanted to behead it.
She's a little disappointed
slowly.
Today. Yeah, she's a little disappointed. But on the bright side, Patrick is alive. I wasn't allowed to use my home surgery, which I'm a little sad about. But, he's alive, and so I think that's all that matters now.
Let's cut it in half.
And don't piss off Steve, because if there's another sardine can, I don't want it between my eyes.
Yeah, that's too. He's a good throw. He's got a good throw.
Can you take that away, because it's really kind of making me nauseous.
All right, I was going to frame it. It's like a relic, like a religious relic. We're going to talk about that later on the show.
Yeah, some religious relics don't need to continue.
I'm going to put this down here.
You sure he's dead?
Your hair looks wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Should probably mention the fact that your eyebrows are really dark. If you look at Erin right now, she always looks surprised now.
See? Well, no, I
You're like this. Oh!
I haven't had my brows tinted or waxed forever. And so when they tint them, you have to keep the tint on like the full day. And my stylist is gay, and so I went in there and I went, "No wire hangers ever!" That's a joke. It's a Joan Crawford joke, and he's like, "Ah!" It was like the best afternoon ever.
Do the surprise.
Everyone got my cultural jokes. It was great.
Do the surprise look one more time.
Happy now?
Yeah, a little bit. That was nice.
Okay, I'm glad you're happy.
You talked to someone.
I just got to use my Joan Crawford thing, so that's all I cared about.
You're just gonna go home now? Okay.
I'm done.
So the Love app. Where did you stumble on this?
Closer to You. This is really cool. It's Closer, the number 2, and then the letter U. It's Dr. Lance Jones. He's a family therapist down in Lehigh, and he was
here.
Yeah, and it's interesting. He was basically talking about how technology has been driving couples apart, which is probably true because Todd has huge issues with the fact that I have never once looked up at my phone enough to actually look at him when he's trying to talk to me, and for some reason that seems to set you off. I don't know why. But anyway, so he actually created an app so that technology could save marriages.
So you still don't have to look up.
No, but it's a really interesting concept.
So you talked to him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's
Have
watch.
a look. When it comes to family and marriage,
I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I have my PhD in marriage and family therapy.
Dr. Lance Dome is no slouch.
Kind of got obsessed with couples and family.
In the 14 years he's been in practice, Dr. Dome said he's seen a trend in marriages, something he calls unintentional drift.
Things are going well, and we start to take the relationship for granted. Things happen, we have jobs, we start to focus on all these other things, and then a few years later we look up and go, whoa, how did my spouse get so far away?
Dome says technology is another great distraction, causing many couples to drift apart.
I don't know how many times I hear a couple come in and they'll say, she's just sitting on and playing this game all the time, or he just has his face glued to the phone all the time, and I just want him to look up and look at me.
Realizing that he, like many people, relies on technology,
I use my phone for everything, it's my brain.
he got the bright idea to develop an app to get couples closer together, an app called Closer to You.
The first thing it has you do is fill out a questionnaire with your partner. Some very basic stuff. When's your partner's birthday? When's your anniversary?
As the app starts to get to know you and your partner, the questions get a little bit more involved.
Like, what are your partner's top 3 insecurities? So to be careful around those things. What do I do that bugs my partner the most?
After the couple enters their answers, the app then prompts users to set reminders based on their answers.
I kind of picture it, somebody sitting there playing on their phone, and all of a sudden a reminder pops up that says, don't forget your partner really likes this or that, or, she wants to be listened to more often.
In effect, the app is using the very technology that sometimes comes between couples to bring them closer together.
I'd say the biggest reminder we had was that we need reminders.
Having beta tested the app with his wife, Dr. Dome says he learned some things about himself and his wife.
I'm more of a physical touch person. I love the hugs and the back scratches and things like that. And she's more of a service-oriented person.
Differences that the app reminded them about.
We try and love our partner the way that we want to be loved, not necessarily the way that they want to be loved. My wife would come up to me and she would be giving me a back scratch and she'd say, I'm doing this because the app reminded me.
Dr. Dome doesn't expect the app to be a cure-all for all couples in dire straits, but rather a tool for all couples to use to achieve more healthy relationships.
The greater, more altruistic goal would be just to be able to say that I made a difference in helping some couples have a better marriage. Even if it just takes away a little bit from that distraction that our devices cause, then I'll consider that a success.
You're picking on Ellie, right?
All right, so see, here I am.
All right.
I actually just got my reminder, and it says that Todd loves back rubs. So, and it just dinged up on me.
Really?
See, so come up, and it just tells you like little little things to remember. See. And so it points that up, and it also had a couple of things like for the weekend, it was telling me that I needed to remember that you would like to spend a little bit of time. So I'm trying to go find a babysitter because it says he would really like it if we could have at least one evening a week that's just for us.
So you're actually, because I haven't loaded it yet. So you actually scheduled, you have to schedule those things, or they just happen randomly?
You can schedule and they happen randomly. Like every morning it kind of sends you a thought like, make sure that you remember to tell Todd this morning that you love him and you appreciate him. Okay. And it's really cool because one of the big things it talked about that one of the things that upsets our partner the most, the one thing that matched for both of us is we hate it if we don't feel appreciated.
Right.
I mean, almost more than anything else.
I think that's everyone's that way.
It's a basic reminder of make sure you let him know how much you appreciated the fact that he's always willing to let you take the first nap, which is always true. Todd will always let me have first nap.
I think. Does it nag you? Like, does it say, did you tell Erin you loved her? Did you tell her you loved? Did you? Did you?
No. That's the Jewish Mama app. It's a whole different thing.
The guilt thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's kind of cool, and he's in Lehigh.
I know. I really like. And if you go through it, there's like little education packages. There's one about sex. There's one about a further romance education. There's one about interpersonal relationships. So you can learn more as you go along if you want to get a couple more packets into the information.
It's no Pokemon.
I know, but then nothing really is.
Nothing is it? No. Here's a cool story.
Yes.
Course out of Florida. What the hell's wrong with Florida?
I live for Florida. Are you kidding?
More stories out of Florida.
If we didn't have Florida and Texas, we wouldn't have any stories about nut jobs.
We wouldn't.
No.
We wouldn't have anything. So this couple is driving around their town, literally looking for their stolen car. It's a Land Rover. show you here.
I'd be looking
Okay,
too.
so
Oh, that's a pretty one.
It's a pretty
Look,
car.
they got the tricked out tires
Yeah.
and everything, man.
We're going to call those rims. But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
Good. No, they're tires too. So they're driving along. Guess what they find? They find this couple. Pretty couple, nice couple, driving in their car. Their stolen car.
Oh, that's a problem.
So they follow them. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun-dun-dun.
And they just
Sorry.
follow them, make sure they fall back so they don't know that they're following them.
Did it occur to them to call 911 and say,
Not
hey,
yet,
following our car?
because they were like, "Oh, what's going on?" So they followed it and followed it and followed
All
it.
right.
And it's like they'd fall back again, they change lanes to look like they're not following. They go into a parking lot.
Okay.
He turns, blocks him in, draws his weapon, goes up and holds him at gunpoint.
Seriously?
Isn't everyone wanted to do that at some point in time?
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Oh, he did yell. Honey, call 911. So he went out.
So was this guy a police officer, or was he like just living like
Just
some
a-
sort of fantasy of...
No, he was just a gun owner.
I don't think you're supposed to pull your gun for that, are you?
That could be an issue. But they called the police, and the guy ran away anyway.
What a shock.
The guy ran away anyway.
He didn't like shoot him in the leg or anything,
No.
right? Okay, that's something.
So brandishing a weapon in city limits might go bad. They don't know if they're going to charge him or not. But the bad guy ran out of the car and over to a softball field where this big game was going on, and he took his shirt and his hat off so he could blend in with the crowd.
That's super sneaky.
So it teaches you two things. First of all, don't steal cars. Number two, everyone at softball games has no shirt on in Florida. So I just thought that was so cool.
It's a wonderful wish fulfillment to be able to follow it and go, ha ha, I've caught you. But it's
Right.
like, it's right up to the point where
gunplay?
you're pulling the gun out that I'm like, because if you did that to me and I'm in the passenger seat going, don't, oh gosh. You're going to pull it, aren't you? Okay. No, it just kind of ends badly there for
So
me.
satisfying, though. So
But
satisfying.
they got the Land Rover back. Everybody's happy except
Right.
for the shirtless guy. So
Right. Who's now in jail for
And
stealing
walking.
a car. Grand larceny, I think, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Because it was a nice car. Steal mine, it wouldn't be. Because it's,
like,
not worth
if
over
we were like,
$2,000.
oh, God bless you,
Right.
take it. That's
All right,
okay.
news.
Okay, we should go to Daisy in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. It is brought to you, of course, by our dear friends down at Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, there's all kinds of amazing last-minute deals on airfare and cruises and hotels. Also by March over at Executive Transportation. Take a sweet Escalade ride to the airport or a fun night out by going to executiveutah.com. And then also all Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. This is the time to get all of that stuff serviced for summer that you're really hoping will keep you cool and keep your lawn alive. They're there for you. AllUtahPlumbing.com, 24-hour service. Daisy, what's going on today?
Good morning, Todd and Erin. Hello, everyone. Here's what's making headlines today on GephardtDaily.com. Police in Sandy have identified the victims of the deadly shooting which left 3 dead and 2 others wounded. Investigators say 39-year-old Memory Rackley and her 6-year-old son Jace were shot and killed Tuesday afternoon by 32-year-old Jeremy Patterson of Draper. 2 other children, a boy and a girl, were also wounded before Patterson turned the gun on himself. Police say Rackley and Patterson knew each other and he had recently made threats against her on social media. A man who was intentionally run over and killed in West Valley City Wednesday afternoon has been identified. Witnesses say 47-year-old Jeremy Hardman was walking in the crosswalk at 4100 South and 3600 West when the driver of a black Lexus made a U-turn and hit Hardman on purpose. Investigators told Gephardt Daily the men had been seen arguing moments prior to the incident. Police are now treating the case as a homicide. A 2-alarm brush fire near 5600 West and Interstate 80 had firefighters scrambling Wednesday night. The fast-moving blaze was started by a passing train and quickly spread to about 15 acres. Traffic on I-80 was temporarily diverted between Wright Brothers and Redwood Road due to heavy smoke. No structures were reported damage and there were no reports of injuries. And now a look at the weather picture, where we'll continue to simmer under mostly sunny skies. We'll have highs in the 90s Wednesday and Thursday, with a slight dip in temperatures into the low 80s Friday. That's it for now. More headlines 24/7 at GephardtDaily.com.
Thank you, Daisy. Hey, it's time for the big thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Is that it?
That's,
No.
I think it should be more dramatic than that, shouldn't it?
Thank you. darn it.
Okay, dinner for 4 at Christopher's Prime Steakhouse. If you haven't been in there recently, you're going to die if you win this because it's that epic. You basically take 3 friends with you, you laugh and talk, you have a good time. I've talked to some of the past winners and they were taking pictures of all of their meals and I'm like, don't do that to me anymore because I'm not there and it's killing me with jealousy. Because the food's amazing, but you get to laugh and talk and giggle and have a cocktail if you want because executive transportation is picking you up from your home and then taking you back. So if you would like to enter to win, you just have to go to one of our 3 Facebook pages, the Todd and Erin Facebook page, the Gephardt Daily Facebook page, or Gephardt Approved. Just make a comment under today's show, share it, and boom, you're entered, and tomorrow we will draw yet another winner.
You know, a lot of families, there's a moment, like usually in the kitchen, where that envelope comes. It's not a mission. It's going to college. And the envelope's here, and it's from your school, the Delta, Illinois, or something. I'm not sure if that's a place. But you get it, and there's an opening of the letter. And you're like, oh, please, please. And you open it, and it's like, egad, Dad, I'm going to Harvard.
Oh my gosh. No, I would be on the floor screaming with excitement because that's it. That's the thing.
Lovey,
are you kidding?
Our son's going to Harvard.
Your child is going to be Ivy freaking League.
Isn't that cool?
Dream come true.
So basically, it's kind of a new thing, I guess. But the people who got accepted, they got in touch. Evidently, there's a place you can get in touch with everyone.
I think you do Facebook pages now, like welcome
Right.
to Harvard. Are
Right.
you a newbie? And everyone kind of shares their stories.
So
and
they went in and then kind of found some people similar to them, and they did an offshoot, their own page and their own stuff. And just everybody's having fun. Gonna go to Harvard, Harvard Yard, park the car, have a beer. So Harvard found it. Harvard found
the offshoot page.
the offshoot.
Okay.
There's Harvard Yard.
Oh,
yeah.
look how beautiful that is.
And they had some concerns about it, about them mocking certain nationalities,
Are you
being
kidding me?
obscene, being like making fun of the Holocaust, death of children, making specific jokes on different races, according to the screenshots that Harvard then collected. And there's a couple things on here I can't even say. Number 1, because they make me sick, and number 2, you don't want to hear it. So
Wow.
they sent out some new letters, and at least 10 so far have been uninvited to go to Harvard.
They lost their spot at Harvard.
They lost their spot at Harvard for
You know
being
They should.
jerks.
They should.
They should.
They took a poll of some of the students that were already on campus, and they said, yeah, it's incredibly harsh, but we totally stand behind it. They said, this tells you who the character is of this person.
Right.
And do you really want a racist or a sexist or someone who is so
Right.
cruel that they'll make jokes about the Holocaust and children's deaths
Right.
and stuff?
I agree.
Do you want that? And so really they haven't found any complaints. I'm sure the parents of the kids who just lost their space are upset.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine?
But you know what? I would be if I had read that stuff and my child had placed it. I would have said, "You're not going to college." I'm sorry.
Now they're going to a tech school and learning heating and cooling,
Good luck with you.
which is not bad, by the way. That's a good thing.
But you're not going to Harvard. You don't get the big
Right.
attorney position. You're in trouble.
Do you don't think that bosses look at Facebook?
Oh, everybody
Employers-
does.
Employers look at Facebook and say, "Hey, I'm going to hire this babysitter or whatever." You don't think that we're going to go and look on their Facebook page? We've got a lot
Exactly.
of friends who use a maiden name or a different
A lot of
last
our
name.
friends who are teachers do that because
Right.
you really don't want your students being able to look you up. Although I do have a classic cautionary tale from the daughter of one of our close neighbors who called in sick to work, and I guess the principal went on her Facebook page and looked, and that person was joking about what an amazing, crazy party night it had been the night before.
Yeah.
So she was put on suspension.
Well, so you just think of right now all the pictures that you have in your album. We're good. We're fine.
That's because we're boring.
I'm an idiot in
No,
all
we're-
my pictures
we're
on
just,
Facebook.
We're
but
just boring, sadly. So it really isn't a
that's
problem.
probably true.
Oh, look, they're sitting at home again.
Yeah. So anyway, wait. Here's them sitting again.
Yeah.
Here's an action shot.
Yeah, there's just not really a lot there.
That's us. What are you looking at? That.
Oh, it's another one of the dress things that drives you crazy.
Yeah, it's a little distracting with all the legs. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry, I'll move
I saw a
it.
documentary. the other day about religious relics. Are you up on this?
Yeah,
They
in
used
what
to be.
particular way?
They used to be huge. Well, let me start with this. There's a hand of a 16th century Jesuit missionary, Saint Francis Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at that picture.
I'm not sure why
Just
they keep that.
let it soak in a little bit. It's his hand, and that is.
They waited till he had passed before they took the relic, right?
Yeah,
I'm
it
just
doesn't
curious.
say this. 1614, and they keep it in Rome, and these used to be like a town's. The thing about the town.
Yeah,
it's
it was
like,
the value. People would come to the pilgrimage to see the hand.
Or they have the well of Saint so and so, and you can drink the water. But all the different towns, there was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of these relics. That some were, but they used to sell them and trade them with other towns, and it was the reason that they'd get tourism, they get pilgrimages to see the guy's hand. There's more. I just find this amazing because it was like, why would you do
It
this?
seems mildly macabre, but of course, in the Dark Ages, they kind of went with what they had, I guess.
Right. Here's number 2.
Oh my God, is that a heart?
That's a heart.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
The container is beautiful.
They all are.
Mm-hmm.
They're really, really, really pretty.
Whose heart is that?
Some guy. There. That guy, 16th century.
Saint Camillus de Ellis, I believe.
The heartless guy.
Founder of the Order of the Chameleons.
Yeah.
Please.
This is in Naples, the Bishop of Naples, around 300 A.D. And he's holding a deal, and that's blood.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh. And basically, 3 times a year it reliquefies, and if it doesn't, bad things happen to the town, including the bombing during World War II, an earthquake, and the eruption of Mount Vesuvius.
Get out. It really does it reliquefies.
It just amazes me that all these things existed. Here,
They still exist.
yeah, this dried blood is pretty good, but they also have the head. They have
They
head
kept somebody's
of
head?
the archbishop from the early 5th century. They have that.
Do we have a picture?
Not of that one.
Oh, okay. Because that one would be fun to see.
The number 4 is a Buddha died in 543 BC. It was cremated, and it left a canine tooth, which was taken and put in that thing
I'm
right
okay
there.
with the tooth. That doesn't seem as harsh to me.
Yeah, I know.
Here's a tooth.
There's one of
It's
these.
the actual heart that I find a lot.
Well, they mummified this one guy, and I don't have. Anyway, they mummified him and they put him on display, and people would take pilgrimages and they'd go there and they would see him and he's mummified, but just he's just there. He's not wrapped up or anything. And some lady bit his toe off. I am not making this up. And from then on, they encased him in glass.
Why would she do that?
I don't know. But she bit his toe off. I don't know. Maybe she wanted her own relic. I just think, I don't know.
Put your mouth on a dead body's foot and
Yeah.
you bit his toe.
Off. Hey, did you take something off the Archbishop? No, I didn't. That's so crazy. I think
Okay,
that's funny.
we're done now.
All right, let's talk about problems you might be having around your home, and we're talking about plumbing, aren't we? Yes. All Utah Plumbing, they are ready to help you out. All you have to do is give them a call. They have beautiful green vans. They'll come up. No matter what your problem is, if they want to do a walkthrough of your house, if you've got several faucets that are giving you trouble, maybe your hot water heater doesn't heat up the water fast enough, or maybe it leaks, or maybe you've got a broken pipe, and there's a bad time to find a plumber once you're knee deep in the hoopla in your basement. So you don't want to do that. All Utah Plumbing. Remember it, write it down. It's allutahplumbing.com.
All right, coming up next, Daisy and I take a look at the weekend. There's a great, scary new movie that's coming out too, actually. And there's some really cool free things along the Wasatch Front.
Next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And also by Columbus Travel. If you go to columbusvacations.com, you can sign up for a weekly newsletter that always has great last-minute deals on hotels, airfare, cruises, and more.
Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
Daisy and I were just talking about one of the things, let's go to you first because this is awesome. You have evil plans for the weekend. Tell them all.
I do. Can we just talk about something for just a second?
Of course.
Though? Your hair.
Oh, thank you. Or should I not say thank you?
No. I was just watching in the next room, and I was like, okay, how is it so shiny? What's the secret?
He did some sort of wash on it. I'm not sure. Let's talk about your hair because it's blonde. I don't know if anyone's noticed that or not.
It's blonde.
But Daisy's gone blonde. We were talking about whether she was losing IQ points today.
And I said I was.
You were about to 50 now, so that's good.
Yeah. I dropped a full 80 points because my IQ was 130 when I was redhead, and now it's kind of 50, maybe 60 on a good day.
Well, as we know now from talking about this earlier, you haven't lost your homicidal bent, so that's good.
No. That's I think wherever my IQ is, the homicidal bent still stays intact.
When you pulled out the knife and you wanted to torture the wasp.
I didn't really want to torture him. I just wanted to pester him. Kind of make his life just a little spicy for the day.
Who are you? What happened to the sweet Daisy that I've known all this time? You're evil.
Wasps bring out the best.
Apparently so. God, poor Jay, your husband. I had no idea.
I barely even did the show this morning because I got a very legitimate email with a very special offer this morning. Oh yeah, I was talking to Todd about it. So Erin Smith emailed me this morning.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, this seems like a completely legitimate email address. 4@3687.
That tells you everything you need to know, I'm sure.
So in the subject line, he said he was offering me $5,721.
I quit. That's it. Go on a world cruise.
But then in the actual body of the email, it had dropped to 4,912.
What a cheapskate, man.
I know.
He had you all excited.
But all I had to do was click on the link.
I'm sure it would have sent you directly to the money being deposited directly into your bank.
So I think as soon as we're finished, I might go and do that.
I think you should,
Don't you
man.
think?
You're going to be rich. Are you
gonna be
kidding?
rich.
Almost $5,000. And you better hurry in case it drops more, too.
Oh, I know. By the time I get back, it'll be like
seriously.
3,127.
You know the things you always wonder if anyone really does click on that stuff anymore? And they have to because people still send them to you. So somebody has to still be clicking on them for them to be motivated to continue to send them.
Oh, my gosh. And the Nigerian thing where they're like...
I would like you to take all the money out of the country, all 65 million of it. Can I put it in your bank account?
Of course. I mean...
Sure!
Let's do it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry. I was just burning to talk about those things with you. So
And they were the most important, I feel, too.
Yeah. Weekend stuff. Again, like we talked about last week, it's that thing at the moment of like, it's going to be a quiet weekend. And then it's summer, loads of fun things are going on.
I love that.
Lots of free or cheap stuff,
And what have you found in your evil plans?
Well, Saturday, this is exciting. Saturday night at the Eccles is a thing called AC2, which is an intimate evening with Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen.
Oh, Anderson Cooper from CNN.
Yes.
I would love to see him talk.
He intrigues me because he is, I guess he's a Vanderbilt. So he's,
His mother's Gloria Vanderbilt.
Yeah, very cultured, very interesting. And I didn't know this, but he's really good friends with Andy Cohen, who I'm just kind of discovering. I don't
know as much about him,
But it sounds like it's kind of like a casual evening where it's unscripted, uncensored, they interview each other. And then the audience can ask them questions.
See, to me that would be so cool because Anderson Cooper has been everywhere. I remember falling in love with him when he was in Haiti and he was picking up kids and carrying them around. It was after the earthquake. And I'm like, that is so beautiful. You're going to have to turn the channel. You're killing me here. But he has such a really cool human bent. I would really like to see him.
He's the thinking man and woman's crumpet,
I had not thought of that, but yes.
Do you know anyone that doesn't have a crush on Anderson Cooper?
No, everyone loves Anderson.
Just Todd?
It's that distinguished white hair. You can't go wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. No, Todd's got a massive man crush on Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. As a matter of fact, if Justin Trudeau ever wanted Todd, I'd have to go, I know, go, I know. It's like, go, I get it.
I have a big girl crush at the moment
Yes?
as well. Gal.
Oh, Gal Gadot from Wonder Woman. Isn't she adorable?
Oh my God.
She's Israeli, and she has such a great sense of humor, and she actually served in the Israeli army, because basically everybody does. And so when they were actually auditioning her for Wonder Woman, she took down the assistant casting director in like 2 seconds, and they're like, you got it.
Oh my gosh. And I watched it with my girls, and my Derby girls, and I had to keep leaning over and saying, like, because she's such a badass, but at the same time, like, she has no armpit hair, not even stubble, you know, it's she's Wonder Woman, she's doing all these battles, but she has, you know, she has no body hair, and she has, like, beautiful lip gloss. And
She never sweats like the rest of us would if we had that little thing on our head. You and I would have like dripping, you know, mascara from the little head thing.
Oh,
but
the little head
not
thing.
her. She's perfect.
She's amazing. So anyway, yeah.
By the way, that was #1 at the box office, and it's the highest that a female director has ever made. It was well over $100 million here in the U.S., and it made over $150 million worldwide. So it's already to $250 million. So
Did you see it?
Yeah, isn't it wonderful?
Oh
So
my
it's slam dunk.
gosh.
We've got another one coming.
Loved it.
I know,
Loved
because
it.
there's so few female superheroes. It's like, yes, thank
And
you.
she's not just, I mean, she's not just a superhero. She is so badass. Oh
I
my
know,
gosh.
right?
Yeah.
That's very cool. Okay, we digressed again.
We digressed
I'm sorry,
again.
but still.
It's the morning of digression. Free stuff. We all know about the farmers market in Pioneer Park, but if you live just a little further south of that, Liberty Park is starting a farmers market. We live a couple of blocks from Liberty Park, so I'm so excited for this. It starts tomorrow.
Oh, very cool.
From 4 o'clock until dusk. And it's, if you know Liberty Park, the big pond, it's just north of the pond on the east side, kind of by 700 East. But, you know, obviously the farmers markets encourage, you know, small businesses and also community gatherings, so you can kind of go out.
And local businesses, which is such a big deal. And this is all the small business people that we really should be supporting. And so that's a very cool thing.
It's a very cool thing. And then this part's not free, but a really nice new restaurant that's just opened up. I think I may have told you about it, but it's called Tradition, and it's right on 9th South and 5th East.
So it's right across from the park. And what you said that it had epic food. Was it like a twist on comfort food? I can't remember.
Yes. So it's comfort food, but it's kind of a comfort food smorgasbord from around the world.
Ooh,
so,
I like
Like
this.
if you fancy southern comfort food, you can get your fried green tomatoes, fish and chips. Let's see, funeral potatoes.
See, this is a crucial thing.
And then amazing pies that they make. You know, they do some delicious kind of, we had a peach one with homemade ice cream and such. So it's comfort food, but it's quite like, I asked for ketchup and it came out and it was homemade ketchup.
Oh, wow.
So I was quite impressed.
That's
It
nice. All right, so shop at the farmer's market, maybe run over to Traditions and have something to eat. A small plate and you're ready to go.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. On Saturday, there's the Holly Festival of Colors. If you don't go to the one down in Spanish Fork, it is a bit of a drive for a lot of people. It's very, very crowded. It's still incredible, but I've always been excited by this because the Hare Krishna temples there are so gracious about inviting the public in. There's incredible music. They have amazing dancers. If you want to wear white, it's always the best because it makes it more fun. But I think for a lot of people, they don't know the whole purpose of the festival is that it's meant to do personal transformation. You're supposed to throw your worries to the wind. When you throw I cannot pronounce the name of the colors correctly, but when you throw it, you're supposed to be releasing your cares and your sadness. You bury hatchets, you reconnect with friends. And so that's the whole point of the festival. And
I had no idea.
And it's absolutely gorgeous. So they have the Salt Lake City one. It's going to be on Saturday. That's 3375 South 9th East. It's $5 for adults and then free for kids under 12. And there's so much to do. I mean, just you watch the kids starting to dance and they're all in color and everyone's, I don't know, it's a really beautiful event. So,
Are you going to take Zoe?
yes, totally.
Oh, I'm sure she just loves it.
Are you
Is she
kidding?
picking her outfit
Oh yes.
already?
Oh yeah, and she's
Yeah.
also practicing her aim, which is a little frightening. I'm like, baby, it's just throw it up.
We need to take Steve because
Right?
with Steve and his sardine can. 'Cause
Oh, I know.
He could do like
Deadly
aim.
aim.
Yeah.
Deadly. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, for children under 5, it's free. Okay, 2 new movies coming out that are epic.
Fab.
First one. This is so incredibly scary, and it's already getting 5 stars everywhere. I think it was 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It Comes at Night.
You know what he said. Most important thing.
What's he see? It's okay. Just go inside.
We never go out at night.
This, you have to be able to control your fear, and there's things in the countryside, and if you can't, you become the monster. And when you watch it, you'll see, but it's like unfreaking believably scary.
I don't know if I want to see this. This looks a bit Blair Witch, doesn't it?
It's beyond intense. I mean, it really, to watch this, and then you see the combination of all the people, and they start turning on each other, and yet they were the only people they had, and so the whole combination of who you're supposed to be trusting and who you're not gets out of control, and then there's things dripping out of. Okay, we can turn that. Let's
Can
move
we go
on.
back to Captain Underpants like we had last week?
All right, moving on. Also, this is really interesting. They have got Tom Cruise redid The Mummy. I'm not sure it was necessary, but he did. So he thought he was dead. He wasn't really. Comes back to life. Russell Crowe is in it as like sort of an older, wiser guy, which I never thought that's a role he'd be willing to take since he and Tom Cruise are the same age-ish.
Right.
But this time the Mummy is a female, and she's really pissed off.
Do you know,
She wasn't happy about the whole thing.
I saw on TV yesterday that she was talking about that the lady who plays the mummy, her mum and dad came to the set once, and it happened to be the day that the director thought it would be a great idea for her to lick Tom Cruise's face. So mum and dad are on set, and he's like, we did 5 or 6 takes, and then we were
Licking his
done.
face.
She's like, just another day in the office, mum and dad. I'm just going to be over here licking Tom Cruise's face. Another day in the office for us as well, isn't it? I mean,
we do a lot of that. Yeah,
a
it's
lot of face
happens all
licking around
happens all the time here. Yeah. Okay. So 2 epic new scary movies this weekend. Tons of free stuff. Are you going to go to the Holly Festival of Colors with us?
Yes, I'd love to.
I think we should.
So we do that, and then we go to Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen.
See, and attempt to get some of your IQ points back up that you lost when you turned
Oh,
blonde.
I wonder how many I could get.
1 or 2.
Maybe 1 or 2.
One
Yeah.
or 2. We
I'll
can
chip
get them in
away.
there. All right. Coming up next, we have got the most adorable baby gorilla you have ever seen, but it was a really long process. We'll explain next.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin morning stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
Welcome back, Todd and Erin, morning stream, GephartDaily.com.
Oh, I have to do something.
Why did you just lick my face? Ew.
As Daisy said, it's just another day at the office. That's what we do.
Let's look at a gorilla, shall we?
No, this was a very beautiful, intense moment with the gorilla.
Oh.
Now look at this poor.
She's in labor.
She was in labor for 24 hours, which is not like a gorilla thing. Look at her poor face. Oh, honey, I had that same expression. God bless you. So she went into fetal distress with the baby, and so they had to go to the big C-section, which is a lot more complicated on a gorilla than it would be on a human being.
Oh, just look at this.
And that poor gorilla, she's like, why is everybody in the operating room
There was that
staring?"
many people when you had your C-section.
Pretty much. It was the same thing, right?
Except there's no crash cart next to you. Like
Yeah, that was a little more.
around the gorilla, I mean.
But when you see this little face, oh my good Lord. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh. Look at the baby. Look at that little wrinkled face. Oh. Is that baby flipping us off?
Yes.
That baby is flipping us off. Look at that
Yes.
hand.
Yes.
That baby's flipping us off.
That's really cute.
Isn't that the most beautiful baby ever?
We had
And so
the,
just like human beings, they wrapped the baby up and they gave her back to the mom.
We had, Todd Rove Kitty. There's Coco, the gorilla, the good sign with the cat. Never mind. We had the.
It's a long walk, but we're there with you.
I know.
It's good.
We had the video of that, but it was me. We did. We looked at it and it was like, no, we're not showing anybody that. You know where gorillas come from. Anyway, thanks for joining us today on the Todd and Erin morning stream. What?
Go make your weekend plans now. Make sure that you sign up for the Christopher's giveaway. We are very excited. And then tomorrow we also have some more stuff to give away, theater tickets.
And also share the show, especially with people you don't like, because it's, it's a good joke to play on.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Come here.